Hello. This is the second time we've tried this. Oh, and I have to laugh because I was just like, whoo, there was so much coming through that I wasn't even sure if I was making sense. I wasn't even sure if the words were really in the speed. My mouth was working with the right speed for the words that were coming through. So I was like, I got to about 10 minutes and I was like, what if I actually said, okay, we're going to do this all again. So welcome to this video. My name is Alice. Thank you for being here on my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you as well, because when you're tuning into something like this, it's because you have a call. You have the desire to really take control of your life, of your energy, of your manifestation, of your reality, because we're constantly creating each and every day, each and every moment. We see that by who and what comes through our door, right? We see that by the experiences that we have as we walk through life. So if you're new to this channel, please do like, subscribe, and share. Definitely comment, because I love hearing how you're experiencing the week. I love hearing how you're experiencing this new moon, because that's what we're talking about, this fiery new moon, how to best make the most of that, because it's the first one in the zodiac year, which means that what we do right now is going to have a major impact for how we continue to go through this year, right? And what we are creating for them. Very powerful time. We also have the 4-4 portal. So to kind of elaborate as to what portals are, when you hear someone like myself say this is a portal or a gateway or an influx of energy, we as in not our soul, but our physical body is made up of the earth, right? Our soul connects to our higher self, connects to source, and source makes everything up, right? Whatever we call that, that is light. We are light embodied. So that also means that everything else is light embodied. So when we have a particular lunation, new moon, full moon, when we have a particular lunation in a certain sign, Aries, which is right now, same with the sun, same with seasons and things like that, same with planetary constellations and things like that. When they make particular alignments, it does hold an energetic encouragement. We're going to use that word, an encouragement within us, right? We feel a particular affinity to behaving in a certain way, or going to do something, or being more introverted here, or being more extroverted here, or just really wanting to be near water on this particular day. And there are influences that come external to us, and also then they happen within us. We also have numerological portals of time, like clusters of energy, because there is a collective focus. And collective means a few of us focusing on that particular date. So the number codes of dates, like the 4-4 portal. So the 4-4 means the 4th of April. It's the 4th month, 4th day, 4-4. So that holds a lot of stability, a lot of harmony, a lot of angelic influence, a lot of Atlantean influence, right? We've got a lot of that energy pouring in through light codes, through solar flares, things like that, pouring in on the Monday, but also in and around that date. Now, oftentimes when we have numerological focuses of energy, whatever they are kind of representing, if there is anything that isn't aligned with that in our life, what happens is it'll come up so that we can clear it, so that we can do the shadow work, so that we can do that fancy dance with the unhealed parts of ourselves, right? In order to clear them, release them, let go of the trauma, let go of the things that are blocking us. Because whenever we have a block or a challenge in our life, it's because we've actually created it by not being aware of a belief or a pattern that we have. So a lot of these energy portals will bring up for us a lot of our shadows. That's what we're doing here. We're having a lot of fun doing that. And the new moon in Aries, that Aries is that instigator, that fire energy. They know where they're going. The Aries energy knows where they're going, and they are focused. And when we utilize that fire energy in a really fueled way, in a really deliberate way, what happens is we then get to fuel our soul path, and we fuel our desires, and we go and create what we want. And that is the point. But there are a lot of people right now who are unsure with what it is that they want to do. They're indecisive, right? Because we're not being present in the moment. That often happens because we're not being present, and because we're pushing our mind out to worry too much about what other people think, or what we think that they think that we should do, instead of taking that autonomous decision within ourselves to trust ourselves, right? So Aries energy is really quite interesting, because you may have felt this fire within you, and we can use that, like I say, in two ways. We can use it to create our future, to create our soul path, to really plant seeds in this fertile land, right? Really plant seeds in this fertile land. Because the last full moon we had was a Virgo full moon, right? So that mother energy, kind of like that earth, just feeling that nurturing the land, nurturing us, so that when it came to Aries, that fire energy could just go straight into the earth and plant the seeds that we want, that we deserve, right? So what you may find, or what you may be finding right now, is there is a lot of impatience out there, because there are a lot of people that are not conscious to actually how they're feeling. They're not conscious to what they are creating. They think everyone else is creating it, it's someone else's fault, right? And when we think like that, we displace our power. For one, we give someone else our power, which means we're really quite easily manipulated, right, and controlled, which is the downside of that. That's the shadow side of it. But when we're conscious of it, we can then be a little bit more deliberate and intentionally create incredibly quickly what it is we desire. So that's what we're holding on to today. This is only going to be a short video, and it will be short because I actually have I'm joining my lovely friend Solara and Georgie on their new moon, their free new moon ritual. Solara does a free new and full moon ceremony every fortnight with every new moon and full moon, and today two of my friends are co-hosting that, so I'm going to be on that, and the link is in the box if you do want to join that as well. Just like on Sunday, I'm doing a free cacao ceremony. Have a look at the link in there as well, because I know lots of people ask me about cacao. But anyway, right back to this. This Aries new moon is the time for you to deliberately move forward with action that is aligned with where you want to go. So if you want to move house, you're looking around, and you're not getting deterred by what may not be aligning. You're going, okay, great, that's another option, but that's not perfect to what I'm looking for. So I know that is just showing me there is an abundance of options. I'm going to go, thank you. I want to keep this of that part, and then I'm going to add this and that part. And you start to attract more and more focused, in a more focused way, what it is you desire. It could be the same with work. It could be the same with a soulmate. It could be the same with anything, really. So what is it that we want to do? I started drawing a couple of cards on the last video, but I stopped the last video, but I'm still going to utilize those because I can hear them very powerfully saying that they're very important. So the first card that we had for this new moon is growth. Can you see that? Maybe if I hold it here. Can you see that? Look at that. Growth, and she's stood upon the earth with the roots around there, just really creating what it is she desires. And the card is a number 5. The 5 is all about change. 5 is all about change and soul path. Once again, that's exactly what this new moon is about. Change and soul path. It's no more are we martyrs, right? No more are we being martyrs to ourselves and to others and to other people's false beliefs. Right? No more are we pandering to anyone else. This is the new moon gateway. And this is the thing about lunations as well, right? The moon will show us our inner workings, the stuff that we don't see in a day-to-day. Right? The stuff that we are ignoring, the emotions that we're not feeling. So the more you work with your emotional body, the more you honor and witness your emotional body and spend time allowing the hidden parts to come out into the unconditional love of your open arms and open hearts, then the less you are affected by the moon, right? But at the same time, you will find that there are many people out there that are really ignoring how they're feeling, that are really ignoring the subtle workings, that are really ignoring their feminine side. And so when that happens, once again, we go back to being easily manipulated, because when we're easily triggered, when we're not working and expressing our emotions, we've got things to grab onto, right? Other things can grab onto, and we can get hooked left, right, and center. So some people are going to be finding that they're being hooked left, right, and center because they're being shown that they need to do some work on themselves, right? And we want to look at the mirroring that is happening around. What are you seeing in other people, in family members, friends, pets, animals, people on the street, right? What are you seeing happening? Because that is a mirror to something within you as well. So it's always good to kind of be aware of that. But right now, we're being called to this growth. That's why this card came through, growth. And the next card that came out was abundance, because when we are aligned with our soul path, when we are growing in the way that feels right, that feels good, it's like, that feels good. I feel like I should be doing this. I feel like I should be doing this live right now, right? Abundance comes from that naturally. Because when we're aligned with our soul truth, that in itself is abundant. And then everything we need will flow through to allow us to do that, because it's coming from the heart. It's service work, right? We're being heart-led, right? So we've got a great amount of abundance coming through. And that's been a theme since the equinox. Right? That's been a theme since the equinox, is that wanting to balance and recalibrate. You know, equal day, equal night, masculine, feminine, all that, the poles, right? The world of polarity that we live in. And if any of this is really new, and you might need to listen to this a couple of times, like I say, because we're going to look at the 4-4 portal, and we're going to look at the week ahead, and we're going to draw a card for each zodiac sign for your sun, moon, rising, or for your sun and your rising sign, really. But you may want to listen to this more than once, because it's a lot of information that is coming through, right? It's a lot of information, and just to get your head around it. But what else is this new moon bringing us? Let's have a look. So we've got growth, we've got abundance. One more card. What have we got? Okay, we've got 2. They're having a bit of a joke because on the bottom of the deck we've got patience, and Aries doesn't tend to be that patient in certain ways. And a lot of people are feeling that impatience. So that's kind of a little reminder. Try to have a bit of patience, even though you've got this tunnel vision kind of going where you want to go. That's great. You're going to get there. It's going to get done. It's all good. The last thing that the last 2 things that are coming out here is they came out together. We have purity and we have the masculine. I find this really interesting. Now, here in England, it's sunny blue skies. It's actually quite golden now because it's the gloaming, right? It's golden. But it snowed today. It was literally half an hour ago. It was hailstoning. Clear blue skies, but hailstone just came out of nowhere. 2 hours earlier, clear blue skies, snow came out of nowhere. So snow is a beautiful purifier. It brings that water energy down as well, right? And that water is purifying. It's Christ-like energy. It's delicious. It's gorgeous. And when we have any random snowfalls or an extra snowfall or random hail or sleet or rain or anything like that, that's the rebirth happening. There is big rebirth happening. And the fact that the lunar god, masculine energy, came out, and look at that, he's actually stood on like white clouds, but you could look, it's that white ground again, you know, this lunar god coming in here, because once again, that's and a full moon in this card, that's the balance and the harmony that came through with the equinox 2 weeks ago, because our masculine energy within us, which is that focus, is that, so masculine and feminine energy is nothing to do really with gender, how humans perceive it in today's world. So just ignore everything going on the earth stage about gender and things like that, just for the purpose of this message. We have masculine and feminine energy within us, within everything, always, because it's literally just like the positive, the plus, and the negative of a battery, right? One is attracting, and the other one is not really repelling, but kind of, you know, one's pulling in and one's offering out, is a better way of saying that. The masculine energy is that focus, that drive, and that narrow, right? The feminine energy is the reception. She's the chalice. She creates, she flows, she nurtures, she dances. The masculine energy is the electric, right? That's what puts action and creates the physical things, right? But the reason why I find this really interesting to come out is because, you know, for the past 2 weeks, a lot of people have felt that masculine energy has kind of been having a reshuffle within himself, and we've been letting go of old behaviors that haven't served us. Indecisiveness, we're finding that a bit irritating within ourselves, right? You know, and because the masculine energy wants to stand strong and firm and help the feminine, right? He wants to, within you, stand strong and firm and provide. So we're being called for that, right? So we may find with this new moon, you know, you're getting a lot of that, you're feeling a lot of that masculine energy within you. Once again, this is not to do with gender and perceived gender stereotypes when I say that, but the masculine energy to its nature, right, to its truth and to its nature, you know, he creates through his will, right? And he provides and he supports and protects, right? You, however you're showing up in this world, right? So any wounds around that, around doing that you've had, maybe from old work experiences, maybe from old family experiences, old relationships, things like that, they're wanting to heal right now. So it's been a big purging of wounds, right? And that's going to continue on because it is time now, right? It is time. The sun has been solar flaring directly into Earth, right? So emitting these bursts of energy directly into Earth. And what I mean when I say that is in the direction, it's in the trajectory of planet Earth, which means that the sun represents our masculine energy as well. The moon is the feminine energy. So it's only natural that we are going to get more and more focused, right? And that means exponential expansion. And that's powerful. So, okay. The 4-4 portal. Let's have a look at what's happening there. I'm going to use the Archangel card here. So the 4-4 portal. And I just want to say as well, you guys, if you are feeling this kind of this energy around you, you're desiring change, you're desiring to manifest what it is that you want, and it's not here yet, it's not really arriving for you, or there's things coming up, people around you, old things coming up. You know, you're needing more abundance financially, you want to change things dramatically. The reason why it's not here yet is because you've got blocks. You are blocking it. You're not being clear with the universe, right? And we have to actually work on our shadows. We have to actually integrate them, balance them, and stop them from being the reason why we can't manifest, right, what it is that we desire, because we've practiced a wound unconsciously. So that means we can't see it. We don't know what it is for so long. So if you really want to make change and really step onto your path in a very powerful, strong and creative, radiant way, I'm going to link this 6-week course actually that Melissa and I are doing from next week. It's going to be recorded as well, so you can get on this at any time if you don't see this video until a few weeks time, but you can get on this at any time you like. But we start the live rolling out of it next week, so on Monday. There is an early bird option open right now because it's a full, deep, intensive 6-week sacred container to transform the shadows. From illusion, transform the illusions, the false beliefs, let them go, release them, thank you, goodbye, into love. So that you can be living your blissful life, right? Your most dynamic, wonderful, gorgeous life. Because you deserve that. And then you just feel so much lighter, so much more vibrant and delicious. Let's have a look at this 4-4 portal and what's coming up for next week. So, energy for next week and the 4-4 portal all in one go. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So this is really interesting. We've got Archangel Mariel on the bottom of the deck. Archangel Mariel looks after your soul star chakra. That's where your higher knowledge comes through from mastery lifetimes, right? It's a chakra all the way up here. Magenta in color, usually magenta with like a really electric blue center is how most people perceive that. But it's about manifesting from the highest good. And when you're manifesting from the highest good, you're not really overly thinking it. Your higher self is bringing it through you because your higher self knows exactly what it is that you're wanting to create and can do so like that. So it's this instant manifestation is the base of the energy next week. So really be aware of that, because we've got Michael coming in first and foremost, holding us strong, right, in our energy fields, making sure we're protected, we're feeling safe, we are acting in integrity, and we're speaking with integrity. If we're saying from anger, if we're saying from frustration, if we are not aligned, if our truth that we're speaking isn't our actual heart truth, then this is going to be a little bit more difficult, this manifesting instantly, because we will be doing that, but what are we manifesting? So Archangel Michael is going to be helping us next week, especially around the 4-4 portal going forth. We've got 2 archangels of nature here, Primiliac and Polemiac. So Polemiac is, she helps nurture the seeds of growth. And Primiliac is about the insect kingdom and how they work together, right? They all have their own individual role there. A lot of them are 5th dimensional creatures, like the ants are aerating the soil. They create sacred geometry under the soil. The butterflies, obviously, as you've seen, the bees fly, they levitate through their sound, right? You know, and create the most incredible elixir, you know. So we've got being conscientious and allowing the nurturing aspects of nature to come through. Nurture yourself. And be conscientious not only of yourself, but of others, right? Cooperate and collaborate in love, right? Because when we're manifesting together for the highest good, right? When we're creating for the highest good with another from our heart, that will just happen. No blocks, it will just happen. And finally, Archangel Zadkiel is here, right? Helping us transmute all that doesn't serve, helping us release, clear all that doesn't serve. So like I say, if you're called to really working with your shadows, work like healing your inner child, you know, clearing any old wounds from maybe narcissistic relationships that you may have endured, or work patterns, or, you know, wounded father, wounded mother, anything that you've experienced, we'll be covering it all in this 6-week course. It's very gentle but incredibly powerful, so do check that out. But I'm just a little bit conscious of time because I want to make sure I'm not late for this new moon ceremony that I'm joining in just a moment. So I'm going to draw right now 12 cards. Okay, I'm going to start with Aries. Okay, and we're going to draw a guidance card. So listen up because it'll be quick. I'm going to draw 12 cards, starting with Aries, going to Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, etc., going all the way through to Pisces. This is going to be really relevant for your sun and your rising sign specifically. But, you know, if you do want to cross watch because your moon sign might be something totally different, please do. So, okay, I'm going to do it this way. So, Aries, you've got resistance. Let it go. Time to let go resistance. You're holding on too much. Whatever it is that feels difficult, frustrating, that's your shadow. That's what you're releasing. So Aries, sun, moon rising, let go of the resistance. Just let it breathe. You can do that through the breath. Okay. So after Aries, you've got Taurus. Taurus, you have balance. Okay, finding balance, moving out of the mind, bringing it back to your heart space. Right now, that is your calling. That is what you need to do. Finding that centeredness, that groundedness within your heart space, and letting that light shine up, shine forth. Okay, Gemini, we have peace. Oh yeah, look at that circle of light around you, finding that center, but once again finding it through your breath as all the chaos moves around you, but not influencing you. Because you know, because you're such a social butterfly, Gemini, and you're so well learned that you have such a vast skill set. Employ it right now to find that inner peace. Okay, Cancer, power. Wow, harness your power right now. Look at that full moon. What are you creating? What are you creating? Open your hands, receive it, create it. You've got the light of the world behind you, the light of the moon behind you, Cancer. Create. Okay, after Cancer, we've got Leo. Leo, beauty. Remember your beauty right now. Remember everyone else's beauty right now. Focus on that. Focus on that, especially if it's interesting and challenging with all the fire energy, right? Leo, focus on the beauty in others, the innocent, joyful, beautiful beauty. And what that will do is that will make sure your vibration is aligned to bring you what exactly you need, right? Okay, Virgo. Sovereignty. Oh, yeah, honey. Okay. Virgo, who has your power? No, it's not an authority figure. No, it's not what someone else thinks. No, it's not anyone else. It's not your mom. It's not your dad. You have your power, Virgo. You have your power. Don't give it away by thought. Don't give it away by being a people pleaser. Don't give it away in that way. What do you need? Nurture yourself, because you can't give from an empty cup, and you can't create for yourself if your mind is elsewhere worrying about someone else. Let go of the worry, because you're giving someone else power and they don't even want it, especially when it's worry, right? So Virgo, you are sovereign. The whole world is within you. You are the miracle. Okay, Libra. Nourishment. What are you eating? I'm actually going to say it like that because I've spent a lot of time with a Libra today, and I'm like literally going, what are you eating? Don't eat your emotions. What's happening, Libra? Don't eat your emotions. Sit with it, feel it, let it process, let it move out. They're your shadows. It's okay. Love them, respect them, hear them, and then they will move. Fill yourself with light, and that is what will emit from you. Okay, Scorpio. Will, thine will be done. Yes, it will. Scorpio, originally your governing planet was Mars, right? It was Mars before it was Pluto. Your will, focus on it. What do you want? Don't hide behind your mask. What is it you want? Okay, Sagittarius. Blossoming. Yes, you are. All those threes as well. That 3-3 portal for you, Sagittarius, is very powerful. Tune into that Christ light. You are blossoming. You're radiating. Carry on, right? Capricorn. Change. Yes, look at all that red. Push away what you don't need. Focus on what you do. There it is. Focus on what you do. Capricorn, be the change you wish to see. Okay. Aquarius. Let's think about that then. Assessing. Yeah. Ponder on it. Assess the situation. Don't make any decisions right now. Just see it from a higher perspective, whatever you're going through. Okay, and finally Pisces. Acceptance. Reach out. Accept the shadows within you. If you don't accept them, they'll continue to follow you. So Pisces, accept it. You are loved, right? When you show that to yourself through embracing your shadows, everything is just incredible. Beauties, I have to go. I love you all. Please do check out the links in the bio. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'll see you on the next live stream, or I'll see you in another video. I'll see most of you actually on Sunday or right now in this new moon ceremony. Okay, bye. I love you.